Hey, what's going on, my friend? It's Jeff Newport from ChasingStrength.com. And in today's video, we are discussing 5 immediately applicable strategies for you to see faster results from your kettlebell workouts. Okay? Let me ask you a question. You ever wonder why we all seem to look for the proverbial easy button or the proverbial magic pill for our workouts, or at least are tempted to? It's that thing that gets us physically stronger, right? Or larger shoulders and arms and rips a pant size from your waist almost automatically, right? So you got the, thin stomach, flat stomach, and like chiseled abs, right? Like, why is that? Well, I think that it's because we all intuitively know deep down inside that these magic buttons do actually exist in one way, shape, or form or another. Okay. So, I mean, if they didn't, after all, why do some people seem to get and see faster results than others? Okay. So, definitely something to think about. So, in that spirit, here are 5 strategies that you can start using today to accelerate you to your proverbial promised land faster than normal, okay, or faster than you're used to. Number 1, learn and refine your technique, okay? Hopefully, you wouldn't operate a table saw without the appropriate instructions and safety precautions. Obviously, if you do, bad things can and will happen. So, most people don't really think of it this way, but kettlebells are tools too. Therefore, it makes really good sense that learning how to use them properly can speed up your results, and failure to do so can hurt you, just maybe not quite so violently as losing a finger or two. Okay. Now, here's a quick tip. When pressing, inhale through your nose to pressurize your abdomen and torso. Hold your breath at the start of the press. Exhale either through your nose or through pursed lips through the sticking point, kind of like a balloon losing air. Okay. Now, here's strategy number 2. Use auto regulation. What is autoregulation? Well, it's the self-management of your work output based upon your current state, right? The psychological, emotional, and physical goings on underneath the hood, so to speak. Okay. Now, what most people don't realize is this state or your state changes for most of us on a daily basis, similar to waves on the ocean. Okay. It's a major, major training variable around which most people over 30, and especially those of us over 40 and 50, would be smart to organize our training around. Okay. And that means on some days, your kettlebell is going to feel light and your workout easy. And on other days, it's the opposite. You literally feel like a giant foot is grinding you into the earth, like a cigarette butt. Okay. This creates what's known as load variability. Okay. What is load variability? Well, that's often known as variability of the training load or variable loading or waviness of loads. Okay, if you're in the strong first community. And load variability is a form of overload, which, according to the Soviet sports scientists, Dr. A. Vorobiev and A. Ermakov, okay, those guys discovered it back in the 1970s, load variability yields superior results in strength when compared to the traditional Western approach of progressive overload, which is just add a little bit to the bar, or to the kettlebell or to the weight each and every time you show up to train. Okay. Now, how much more gains in strength, right? What are we talking about as far as strength gain goes? Well, according to their research, it had a 61% greater strength gain when compared to progressive overload. Okay. So how do you implement this? Well, one of the best ways and easiest ways I like to use is stop your sets when your rep speed significantly slows down from rep to rep. In other words, don't just grind out, another 2, 3, 4 reps and make them ugly. Okay. Strategy number 3 is train. In other words, practice and don't work out. Okay. So this past summer, Paris hosted the 2024 Olympics. Okay. I'll tell you about that here in a second and what that has to do with training versus working out. But here's what you should know. Regular people, non-Olympians, work out, which generally means they work until exhaustion. Athletes or Olympians don't. They train, they practice, they work hard, but not to exhaustion. And that's because strength is a skill. So they practice the skill, right, of whatever it is they're doing, throwing a shot put, throwing a javelin, jumping over a bar, sprinting as fast as they possibly can, right? Getting lean, just like getting stronger, is also a skill. Okay. So practice it. There's nothing wrong with working hard. Just do not destroy yourself in the process, right? I refer you back to the previous point on autoregulation. Okay. And yes, I do use the words workouts and workouts in some of my videos. And if you're on my email list, in my emails, but I also use them alongside training and training sessions. And that's because I'm secretly trying to convert you from saying workouts into training or training sessions. Okay. Number 4, practice. It's called active recovery. Now, this simply means do more than sleep or eat to create the adaptation you're looking for from your training sessions. Here are 3 simple tactics or things, right, you can use to speed up recovery, right? Number 1, eat more protein, right? Shoot for approximately 1 gram per pound of target body weight. Number 2, walk daily. Number 3, practice restoration work like contrast, showers, sauna, deep breathing, etc. Right? And strategy number 5, train your core systematically. I've been training a long time, okay? And here is what I have seen and experienced for what we call core training, right, in the 2020s as I'm filming this. And maybe you can relate to some of these. Now, back in the 1970s and 80s, we did sit-ups and leg lifts. In the 1990s, we did crunches. Guys, remember that ab roller, right? That thing that you put your head on and it had the bar and you do this and your head and everything would move. I saw workouts with prescriptions for like 1,000 crunches on the ab roller. Crazy. Back in the 2000s, it was functional training, right? Balance training, planks, that sort of thing. In the 2010s, it was developmental or animal movements. Okay, things like bear crawl, leopard crawl, spider crawl, baby crawl, those types of things. And in the 2020s, well, let's just say I'm still waiting to see how it plays out. One thing's for sure, there seems to be very little thought in many instances to a plan other than something like 3 to 5 sets of 5 reps of hanging leg raises or chops, twists, diagonal chops, or planks for 60 seconds, or hey, remember to throw some loaded carries in on the end of your workout for a finisher. A time-tested plan I've used on myself and with my clients over the past 14 years, at least, I'd say, is the SSP model, where the S and P stand for stability, strength, and power, respectively. Now, why that order? Well, simple. Sitting all day combined with injuries or surgeries that were never fully rehabbed destroys the proper functioning of your core, all of them. Yes, there's more than one core. Okay. And that creates what are called movement compensations, right? Which also creates muscular tightness, sore joints, and so on. And that means you are actually going to rob yourself of strength and power in your kettlebell training because your body isn't moving optimally the way it was designed to. And that also means that you potentially increase your chances of injuring yourself. Unfortunately, this is something I'm seeing more and more across the kettlebell landscape, but it doesn't have to be that way. And that's why I created my new program called Systematic Core Training for Kettlebells. As far as I'm aware, there's nothing like it anywhere on the market. Included, you get a complete training plan using the SSP model, a complete training manual, and a large series of how-to videos of each exercise and written instructions on how to perform each one of those exercises. Now, if that's something that interests you, I'll leave a link in the video description below so you can check it out if you want a stronger core and you want to speed up your kettlebell training results. Hopefully you found this video helpful. If you did, click the like button, smash the subscribe button if you're not a subscriber already, and share it with a friend you know who could benefit from this information. And leave me a comment in the link below on your thoughts on what you found in today's video. Okay, until next time, my friend, stay strong.